Okay, great.
Welcome back to Food Farms and Chefs. I am so excited to introduce to all of you Jamila Harris-Morrison, who is the executive director of Achievability. They are going to have their 40th anniversary at the Mann Center, and I'm so excited to be one of the participants. Food Farms and Chefs, Jean and I are excited to be one of the media sponsors for that event. But Jamila, why don't you let our listeners know exactly what they can expect and, what it is and what you guys stand for?
Sure, sure. Thank you for that lovely intro. So, Achievability, our mission is to break the cycle of poverty for Philadelphia families. And we do that through a variety of strategies, including helping connect individuals to affordable housing, to job opportunities, community revitalization, as well as investment in small businesses. And so we're really proud to have been serving the West Philadelphia community for the last 4 decades. And we are celebrating that with an event at the Mann Music Center on October 19th. And what we're going to do with that event, we are looking to showcase everything that is great about West Philly. And so we've got an amazing drum line, we've got a venue in West Philly, but we're also showcasing small businesses and restaurants that are West Philly. So we have Clarksville on board, which is a great Americana food style. We also have Booker's, which has a little bit of Southern cuisine and with a new American flair. We've got Weckerly's, we got a small business gourmet water ice shop, Sadiq's Water Ice, and just a lot of fun to help celebrate, again, all those things that are really great about West Philadelphia.
And I mean, there really are so many amazing businesses that are in West Philadelphia that, like if you're just driving around, like you'll see it. You'll see the lines, you'll see the popularity. And so and I love the fact that you guys are doing things in order to help support and and bring up everybody in West Philadelphia. That in and of itself matters.
If I could chime
Yeah.
in for one moment here, I cannot say I've been around the events industry in the city of Philadelphia for a long time. And if there's any event that deserves community support and also gives you an experience that you will not forget, Achievability is that event. So kudos to you. What you do for breaking the cycle of poverty, homelessness, single parent households is just amazing work. And we need like 40 organizations like you. It bothers me that we actually have to have a fundraising event for you and that the city and the government is just not giving more support to you because you, for what you do, make a bigger impact than so many other agencies. But forget about all that for a second. If you're listening to this show, buy a ticket and come out because nobody holds the events like Achievability does. Years ago, we used to have one in Philadelphia that was called Scan Stop Child Abuse. Now, this is the modern day Scan. It is the best food event in the city of Philadelphia because it features local and brings in Philadelphia flavors, but does something for everybody. So I'm going to step down off my soapbox now, but I just wanted to give my kudos to what you do.
Thank you, Jean. I really appreciate that. And it really takes a village. And you talk about the event to be, you're going to be able to come and we have the Sid Miller Band. They actually played at Tina Fey's wedding, 12-piece. So we are looking at the 3-piece horn line. So if you come with your dancing shoes because it's definitely going to be a night to remember. We have a silent auction happening. We have you guys are going to be podcasting from there live, which will be amazing. We've got a wine wall. And it's just a really great way to the work that we have is definitely long from done, but it's a way for us to take a moment and pause and celebrate what we've accomplished and, restore ourselves for another 40 years. Because let me tell you, in 40 years, I want this event to be because we have created vibrant communities, not because we're still fighting poverty. And so all of this, every little bit, every person who helps, whether you buy a ticket, if you can't make it, you can participate in the auction online. But there are a lot of ways for you to get involved. And if you can't make it that day, come see us afterwards. Come volunteer, help us build a house, help us with the business. But there are a lot of ways that you can continue to support this critical work, which helps make Philadelphia a more equitable place for all.
Now, you had mentioned, come volunteer to help, add to it. So, I actually wanted to have you, point out the different achievability through you have 3 cores of achievability. So, what are those 3 cores that you teach, people who become involved with it?
Yeah, sure. So one space is really affordable housing. There's only 4 affordable housing units for families, for every 10 families that are looking for housing. And so that's one big piece, helping to connect families to safe and affordable housing so that they have a stable foundation from which to grow and flourish. We also focus a lot on workforce development. One way out of poverty is gainful employment. And so we have a lot of working families who really just need an opportunity to move into the middle class, and an opportunity that's safe, that provides living wages, and provides an opportunity for them to create a different path for their family. And I would say our third leg is that, general community development and revitalization. And how do we create a community that's welcoming for all? So that's everything from supporting the local economy, building up those small businesses, which really are the lifeblood of the community, as well as greening initiatives and space improving the public space so that it's a beautiful and feels like a safe space to live. So it really is trying to take a holistic approach to really fostering vibrant communities for spaces that have historically been left behind and not received the investment that maybe you see in center city. And so we're trying to raise awareness, bring that level of investment, and help move families forward who really want a better path for themselves.
And I mean, I think that's also important for you to have mentioned too, because the people that the achievability, the people that you're honoring during this 40th anniversary have done that, have either, participated, have come up and, utilizing the programs that you offer. And you're also honoring several individuals who are supporting achievability and your programs and backing you guys. So what are some of the people, or who are some of the people I should say, who you're honoring this year?
Yeah, so we have 40 stakeholders. And let me just tell you, this has been a fun process. So I've been with the organization for a little over a decade, but we've been able to find individuals who were involved with our organization from the 90s. So it's a combination. We have public stakeholders. There have been city, state, and federal entities such as the Commerce Department or the Department of Community Economic Development that have been crucial in supporting our efforts. We've also had, private sector because we can't do this work alone. And so whether it's institutions from the financial, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, PNC, but then we also have a number of individuals. So Dick Winston was an architect, and he helped to uh, draw the renderings and create together the architectural plans for the more than 150 affordable housing units that we have in Philadelphia. There's the small businesses, and I think of Ray Mustafa of Sunshine, who has been a staple, who helps us each year with our Thanksgiving drive, and he's really a community partner as well as a resource for neighbors. So there are a ton of different diverse groups of people, but I think the most special people that we're going to be honoring are our program alumni. Those are individuals who have come through, done really well in the program, and then are using their skills to pay it forward. And I think that's a shining example for many of the families that we're working with today to see, that the end is possible and that that path to success is doable.
And it is. It's obviously very doable. Now, speaking of success, I know I'm going to circle back because we are a food and beverage
Yep.
and farms food, podcast it radio show. So, what are some of, I mean, outside of Booker's and outside of Clarkville, what are some of the other restaurants that are in West Philadelphia that are being highlighted?
Well, this one isn't in West Philly, but we got the Weckerly's ice cream. They're a very small boutique. We've also gotten some really great beverage support. So wine's still sold out. Oh my gosh, they are donating over 200 bottles of wine, and because it's a celebration, they're also donating champagne for a champagne toast. We are proud to have brought on Tito's as a partner this year. It's our first year working with them, and we're going to have a special 40-year strong cocktail. And so we think that'll keep everybody warm, as it is a tented outdoor event in October. But we also have caterer David Sims, who is a proud partner and work with us in Philadelphia. And I can personally say that I'm looking forward to the lamb lollipops. So I'm hoping to get a couple of those on Wednesday night. So yeah, and then Sadiq's Water Ice, small local business on the 60th Street corridor. This guy built his business from the ground, has a social mission, and has the most different water ice flavors. And we got mango berry, strawberry lemonade, just like unique flavors that taste really yummy.
And that does that, I do love some water ice. I would, and I definitely would look forward to the lamb lollipops too. Maybe I can sneak off away from recording in order to grab some of those for Jean and I.
Sounds
Do you
good.
re-
You'll definitely enjoy it, or I'll make sure that we get some over to the table to you.
That would be wonderful. Jean, you had a question?
so what is it? Is Tito's now going to jump on board and do a promotion with you nationwide, or is it just for this particular event? Or I know Tito's is big sponsors of social change, and I'm so happy to see that they're joining on board with you. Is this something that maybe we could look down the road and see a little national sponsorship going on?
I think anything's possible. Like I said, this is the first time that we worked with them, and not only did they come on board with donations for the event for the bar, but they also are supporting our wine toss game, and they also support it with actual capital. So we look at this as the start of a partnership, and are looking at ways that we can continue to grow this relationship, because they definitely understand what it means to be a stakeholder that's contributing in the Philadelphia area and are aligned with our mission and goals. So we're happy to see if we can take this national. So check back with me next year.
They are a great organization. I'm so happy to see that the two of you have that relationship going on, and I do, feel that they're going to get as much being part of your world as you will having them on board. They really are about social change, and your organization speaks to that every day.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
Now, I mean, I don't want to pull away from the event too much, but coinciding with it, a little birdie told me that you have a personal story because you yourself were a little bit related to the Achievability programming.
Yeah. So I was not an alumni of the program, but I definitely grew up a West Philadelphia resident. I grew up in a single parent household with a mom who really never made more than really 22,000 a year, and so education was a pathway out of poverty for me, and that was a value that she really instilled and reinforced, and that's how I got attracted to Achievability, their family self sufficiency, and that's where we pair the housing for families who are experiencing poverty. But the goal is to pursue a post secondary degree, a college degree, with the idea that that leads to a credential and a living wage. And so there are so many people that I've been able to meet over the years that have had similar backgrounds, and to see them really truly grow and blossom. And so it's not just professional, it's personal. Any way I can help to bring fellow residents along. I'm still a West Philadelphia resident, so very invested in the community that I'm serving. But I get to feel good about what I do each day when I leave the house.
And I'm glad that you can, feel like that because, there's a lot of people out there who need your help and Achievability's help. And hopefully we'll be able to see them lifted up over the years. Hopefully less years than, multiple years, but hopefully, it continues to expand, especially with sponsors like Tito's. Now in our last couple of minutes on the show, having you on, time flies by when you're having fun. Let our listeners know where they can find Achievability, where they can find tickets to the event, and how they can volunteer.
Sure. So you can definitely go to our website, www.achieveability.org. And I'm just going to spell it out because sometimes people leave that second A out, but it's ACHIEVEABILTY.org. You can also find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And we are located at 59th and Market. And so you're always welcome to come in. If you are, a family, a church or a synagogue or a corporate entity looking to volunteer, we're happy to host you for a house makeover, which is preparing homes for families coming into the program, helping out in our garden, or even doing a resume boot camp. So there are tons of ways that you can get involved in. We welcome all the hands because we understand that it definitely takes a village to make a difference.
And where can they find tickets to the event?
On the website as well, www.achievability.org. So yeah, we still got a few tickets left. Get them while they're still hot. And again, if you can't make it, join us for the silent auction, and you can bid from your home if needed.
All right, Jamila, thank you so much for joining us, and Kris Parsons, who is sitting quietly, but also online with us. And I hope to see all of our listeners at the Achievability 40 years strong. And thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate it. It was good to speak with you both today. Thank you for the opportunity.
No problem. So we will be right back after this short break.